Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. If everybody had a clue, I mean, with him.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great.
You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're the best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
In the wake of Terence Crawford's stunning and historic victory over Canelo Alvarez, the boxing world erupted in praise. But Gervonta "Tank" Davis had a very different reaction. Taking to X, Davis claimed that if Crawford could beat Canelo, then so could he. "I'll swing on him for real," Davis posted. Expressing full confidence in his own ability to take down Crawford, Davis doubled down, challenging critics to watch him back up his words in the ring. He vowed to train harder, demanded respect, and declared that a win over Crawford would cement his status among boxing's elite. However, his remarks didn't sit well with fans and analysts alike. Rather than acknowledging Crawford's historic achievement, Davis' dismissive tone drew sharp backlash. Critics argued that even if he didn't want to celebrate Crawford's win, outright disrespect was uncalled for. Many pointed out that Crawford accomplished what few thought possible, defeating Canelo in dominant fashion, and suggested that belittling such a feat was both petty and unworthy of a fellow fighter.
Dominated a first ballot Hall of Famer, a 4-division champion, a 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and was the reigning undisputed 168-pound super middleweight world champion. Superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And Gervonta "Tank" Davis, I'm not even going to read off his accolades, because what he did is just nasty work. And this is your king that y'all be praising. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, instead of applauding the accomplishments, just tip your hat. Just tip your hat. Hey, salute. And if you don't want to salute him, guess what? Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. If you don't want to salute that man, just don't say nothing. Right? And so, Gervonta "Tank" Davis takes to social media because the boxing world is praising Terence Crawford for what he did. After Gervonta "Tank" Davis, when the fight was announced and when Terence Crawford was saying he wanted to go up from 154 to 168, Gervonta "Tank" Davis said he was doing it for the money, not for the legacy.
Long before the recent controversy, Terence Crawford had already made his feelings about Gervonta Davis clear. In past interviews, Crawford spoke candidly, expressing doubt about Davis' willingness to face elite-level opposition. He portrayed Davis as more of a talker than a true risk-taker, someone who carefully avoided the toughest challenges in the sport. Beyond professional critique, Crawford didn't hide his personal disdain. He admitted outright that he didn't like Davis, suggesting that if the two ever stepped into the ring, it wouldn't just be about competition. It would be personal.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47, though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why, though?
Because I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea? That's just not your...
Yeah, I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just... one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter, though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways. Nah.
Bill Haney, father and trainer of Devin Haney, also weighed in on the controversy. He dismissed Gervonta Davis' bold claims, insisting there's no way Davis could replicate what Crawford accomplished. Haney urged Davis to stop trolling bigger fighters and instead focus on his own weight class. He emphasized that Davis should stay in his lane at 147 pounds rather than chasing headlines by calling out champions in divisions where he doesn't belong. To Haney, Davis' remarks were nothing more than a calculated publicity stunt.
Ask your thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terence in 6 rounds. You think he was playing, trolling, what? Selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's
Nah, he said it
on video.
Huh?
He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinny.
Listen, Terence has already hired us for any of the little guys. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, you know, Gary Russell, Tank Davis, you cannot go to get to Terence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass whipping too. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're the best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Trainer Greg Hackett spoke passionately about Terence Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez, calling it one of the most significant achievements in modern boxing. He stressed that Crawford has nothing left to prove after accomplishing a feat unseen in generations. Hackett highlighted that no fighter since the days of Bob Fitzsimmons and Henry Armstrong has moved up through weight classes and utterly dominated an opponent as respected as Canelo. What made Crawford's triumph even more remarkable, Hackett noted, was the way he won. Not by a close decision or a lucky punch, but through a clinical, decisive performance that left no doubt about who the superior fighter was. According to Hackett, this victory firmly cemented Crawford's place among boxing's all-time greats, elevating him to legendary status that he urged critics to stop questioning Crawford's legacy, emphasizing that the fighter's accomplishments speak volumes on their own. Hackett concluded by saying Crawford has silenced every doubt that once surrounded him and should now focus on enjoying his success rather than engaging with negativity. For Hackett, Crawford's win is the very definition of greatness.
Armstrong held them all at the same time. Legendary shit. He goes in there and beats arguably the best fighter or one of the best fighters of his era.
Yeah.
Regardless of weight class.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the performance?
The performance was like clean, like it was real. It was times where it was close calls. Like it looked like Canelo might, like damn, Canelo might get him right here. You know what I mean? Bud found a way out, slip up out of there. He was working behind his jab real good, footwork real good. You know, setting the pace. He was creating what I like to call spider web in there. You know what I'm saying? That's basically setting traps with your movement. The part I didn't expect was for Canelo to really approach Bud like Bud, you know, like he was just gonna punch on Bud. He was looking. What I mean by that is Canelo when he would hit Bud to his hips or like on the shoulder, because I seen him do it a few times. He was like Canelo was like looking for those results that he usually get when he do those things. And I was like, I can't believe he looking at Bud like that. Like he really trying to play Bud. I mean, on the low. He know Bud can fight, but it was like, I'm gonna hit, all right, when I hit you on your hips, you gonna act right. I mean, when I hit you on your shoulders, you gonna act right. And you could tell Canelo's been spoiled over the years. Canelo's gotten better, a lot better. And Canelo is a legend for sure. But you could tell he's imposed his will on a lot of guys and won off of his poker face alone. You know what I mean? Along with the punishing shot.
Although Terence Crawford has openly expressed his dislike for Gervonta Davis, he hasn't ruled out the possibility of facing him in the ring. Crawford made it clear that if Davis is serious about the fight, he should move up to 147 pounds, where the match could take place on even terms. For Crawford, agreeing to the bout would not only silence Davis's ongoing trash talk, but also give him another opportunity to prove his superiority against a high-profile opponent. Ultimately, Crawford places a responsibility on Davis. If Tank truly believes he can win, he needs to back up his words by stepping into the ring and taking the risk, rather than relying on bold claims outside of it. Crawford's stance reflects confidence in his own skills as he welcomes a challenge, while knowing the odds would still favor him.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin. So tell him to come and touch it.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Devontae said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147.
Oh,
I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
DJ Rum, a respected boxing commentator, expressed high admiration for Terence Crawford, highlighting his versatility and complete mastery inside the ring. In Rum's view, Crawford is far more than just a talented fighter. He is one of the rare athletes who can excel every aspect of the sport at the highest level. Rum emphasized that Crawford's greatest strength is his ability to adapt to any style. Whether facing a heavy puncher, a slick counterpuncher, or a relentless pressure fighter, Crawford's seamless blend of offense and defense, combined with precise timing, keeps his opponents constantly second-guessing themselves. Describing Crawford as a once-in-a-generation athlete, Rum pointed to his exceptional understanding of distance, timing, and angles, qualities that set him apart from anyone else competing today. To Rum, Crawford's fight transcend mere competition. They are artistic performances where every adjustment is like a carefully calculated brushstroke on a canvas. More than just a champion, Rum views Crawford as a master problem solver in the ring, capable of breaking down and dismantling any challenge. His consistent dominance, regardless of circumstances, has convinced Rum, and many others, that Crawford's legacy will remain unmatched for years to come.
Clearly, outboxed him like I said he would. You know, Bud is special, man. He could adapt. He could make adjustments. There's nothing he can't do. I was a little worried because in the beginning when the fight was announced, because of Canelo's power, Bud coming up, they're like, oh, he come up 2 weight classes. I consider it he came up 3 because he only had 1 fight at 154.
Yeah, 1 fight at 54.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like it's 3 weight classes in 2 fights.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that right there, that was a big thing because Canelo is strong. Canelo does hit hard. He got power, and he's comfortable at 168. You understand what I'm saying? He's more comfortable. I didn't know if the weight was going to do something to Bud, but I know there was ways that he could outbox him easily. And he did it. Towards the closer to the fight date, I changed my stance on it and leaned more to Bud, which was a good thing because my prediction was right yesterday on it. And he just outboxed him, outclassed him. He showed people. I think he still followed a bit of the Mayweather blueprint. You know, Canelo has to plant his feet all the time to throw off his power, let off his power shots. He has to just make that quick stop. It's real quick, like a millisecond. But that's all Bud needs to move out the way. Bud sets him up to get a reaction. By the time Canelo goes to throw that punch, Bud slips to the side and catches him that way. Bah! It's too late. I mean, for Canelo to... His planning of the feet to throw his power punches, if more people figure that out and really take that into consideration in their training camps, I think he would have more losses. But a lot of them fear the power, like a skull.
Despite achieving something incredibly rare, many analysts noted that fans and commentators remain hesitant to give Terence Crawford full credit for his victory. They argue that this reluctance partly stemmed from long-standing favoritism toward Canelo Alvarez, who has enjoyed immense admiration, especially in Mexico and among his global fan base. In contrast, Crawford, as an African-American fighter, has often faced unfair bias and underappreciation. For critics, the mixed reaction to Crawford's when revealed that the debate extended beyond boxing itself, touching on deeper issues of popularity, race, and perception within the sport.
Especially enough for a guy to come 2 to 3 weight divisions lower. Well, so you would be asking a guy to literally just stand there like this new slap exercise. Slap me and I slap you. That's not boxing. And that's extremely sour grapes. And my advice to you is this. Although most times people will stay on cold, there's exceptions to the rules where people will say, I'm not going that far. You know what I mean? Like by our administration right now that's governing the New Russia. They do a lot of illegal things on a daily. But this pedophilia, some people are saying, no, I'm jumping off the boat on this one. I'm going to go with protecting the kids. I mean, I'll go with you with a lot of stuff, but protecting the kids is kind of important to me. Should be, right? It should be, levels. So it should be, where You just like, you don't go a certain length, right? You know, there should be borders, so to say, okay, I don't go past that line. And the line should be pedophilia. Or a line should be no objectivity at all in the world of boxing. You saw a great performance, and Canelo just lost, right? This guy is just a better fighter. Right? If he can come up from that weight division and stand in the pocket most of the time, and still win. If you are saying that you don't want Canelo to be able to cut the ring off with this guy that didn't really run at all, then you're basically saying, well, listen, let's just stand and slug. And that's brawling, right? That has nothing to do with boxing. And so people are going to jump off that. And here's something else that's going to happen to you people right now with sour grapes and are racists running around just saying ridiculousness, right? Because you're disappointed.